to BizJet TV. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the current market of private jets and what's happening and the economy and that. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, and a lot of people have been thinking, well, there's been a slowdown with the economy, inflation is going up all over the world, and also the price of fuel has gone up. In certain parts of the world, it's actually doubled since January. So, of course, you know, anything that's being delivered, whether by car, by truck, by plane, is obviously going to cost more money to deliver, so the end price has increased. So this is affecting everybody's life, okay? The poor, the middle class, the rich, everything now is increased in price. Even, you know, operating a private jet with the price of fuel up right now, in some places $12, $13 a gallon, when it was like $4.3 a gallon up until, last year. So is this affecting the private jet market? Well, let's look at a snapshot. And figures have just been released for the first 6 months of this year for business jet activity, and WingX is a company in Germany that track business jet flights, and this is what they've discovered. Business activity was up 22% compared to this time last year, so that's good. But the two important bits of data which I think are really important is that the traffic is up 21% compared to pre-pandemic. So that's interesting. So 21% increase. While commercial flights are down 30%. So we're seeing less commercial flights, more private jet flights, down 30% on the commercial flights, up 21% on the private jet flights. So inventory is still very low. Prices are stable. In some cases, prices have gone up with private jets. Inventory is very low, as I said. So is it a good time to buy a private jet? Well, of course, if you're in the United States, you know that this year you can still ride on the depreciation, 100% of the depreciation of the aircraft. The current government has kept that law in force. The rumours that's going to change next year. So certainly, if you are in that kind of league and you are based in the United States, now is the time to buy. Bearing in mind, it does take 3 or 4 months for a transaction to complete, and you have the airplane available to fly. It's not like buying a car. You can't just go in, buy and then drive out. There's a number of documents and things that have to be registered. The aircraft needs to be registered to the new owner to do a number of things, and that paperwork takes time. So I always say it's about 3 to 4 months from the minute go to the minute that you can start flying your plane. So here we are now in July. You got August, September, October, November, and December's here. So there isn't much time if you want to take advantage of these tax breaks that there are in America right now, which are going to be enforced until the end of the year. And I think a lot of people have just decided to fly private. Flying with the airlines these days has got more and more disruptive. Lots of flights cancelled at last minute. And if you are planning a business trip, you want to be able to get to your business meetings on time. You don't want to be sitting around in airports for a day or two. And so a lot of people are looking at private jets. The smaller jets, the bigger jets. A lot of the small jet stuff is moving now. I was talking to a gentleman just yesterday about buying an airplane to move around California and to Texas and that. And we're looking at options on the market, and everyone's situation is different. But there's a lot of that type of activity going on. These are all people that before were flying commercial, and there were enough commercial flights between the destination they needed to go to. And so today, in order to stay competitive, in order to stay ahead of the game, business jet is certainly the way forward. And we see this in the figures: 21% up private jet flights in this first 6 months compared to pre-pandemic 2019. And with commercial flights down 30%. I think, last time we had a financial crisis, the private jet market was affected. I don't think this is happening this time, simply because people want to travel. They don't want to be shut inside. They see the need and the value of meeting face to face. And so private jet, and also, the excuses people had before for not buying a jet was like, oh no, it pollutes the air and this, that, and the other. Well, this time, you're buying a plane to keep you safe. Because it's your airplane, it's your crew, the airplane's sanitized, all that good stuff. And these are all reasons to have a private jet besides the usual, time saving, etc., etc. So let me know what your take is on this episode of BizJet TV. Let's get the conversation going. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe to BizJet TV and give us a thumbs up as well. And then as soon as we publish something new, you get notified. And that always helps also the algorithm, let people know about BizJet TV. And if you haven't checked this other video out I just did recently about Donald Trump's refurbished Boeing 757, check this one out. And that's all from Fabrizio Poli on BizJet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.